stop.
Well,
It's like,
just to be
what?
clear, it was the Republicans who shoved it in your faces, just for the record. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene brought explicit pictures of Hunter on the House floor. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
to point that
basically,
out.
yeah, I'm not specifying. Trust me, I understand that this was,
Dennis,
you know,
now
the right.
the fact
I
that he did
understand
that
it.
makes it so that Hunter Biden's newts are now in the congressional record. Let that sink in.
For the record, also, Hunter Biden's actually like a genuinely good person. I know there's so many hot takes about Hunter that he did this and that. So many
I don't know
conspiracies
him
about him.
personally.
No,
I
no.
don't know him personally, so I can't even judge him.
I met him in person. I talked to
You
him,
can't
and he's a
judge
genuinely
people.
nice.
You can't judge people based off of that.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't judge Hunter. And I actually have a tremendous amount of respect for him to go through like addiction and substance abuse and then be able to bounce back and rehabilitate. I think that's like incredibly impressive. And it's like incredibly sad when people make fun of him for that, because there are millions of Americans out there who suffer from an addiction of some sort, especially recently with the opioid crisis. And I think that it'd be horrific to make fun of those people, but just because he has a last name
He
Biden, people make fun of him.
he has a child with a prostitute or a stripper or something.
Also, another thing that's very
I mean-
important here. There's another thing I think that's very important here to acknowledge is, his father, was once, I think it was in Congress on record, has said, if you possess, this much, which is, he held up a quarter or a dime or something, it said, if you possess this much in, what was the drug that he named? Was it methamphetamine? I think it might have been methamphetamine. You have to double
I think it
check
was
me on that.
crack.
Yeah,
I think it was like
yeah.
crack.
And he held that up and he said,
Crack.
if you possess this much, you'll be thrown into jail. And I mean, clearly we can see from the evidence of was a little bit more than that. And I mean, it kind of sets a bad image. This is your father, and then the son's doing this, and of course the son got pardoned. That's what's
Not to
what's happening
mention,
right now. But
he had like a
yeah.
child with a prostitute or a stripper or something.
Well, I don't care. I mean,
Yeah.
who cares
Hold
who?
Hold on,
doesn't
let me
have the
finish.
strongest
Let me
pull-out
finish.
game.
And he
Let me-
also owes Sean McGuire like $300,000 in background.
I couldn't care
he
less about
wanted
like
to
Hunter
pay.
Biden's private life.
Okay.
Right? Like I don't care who he has a kid with. Like that's everybody's.
Okay,
That's somebody's
hold on,
private
hold on,
business.
hold
Like
on.
that's
Let me
his family.
let me
You know
finish.
what I'm saying? Like,
Let me finish. So he had a kid with this, and he actively tried to stop the child from inheriting the last name Biden. How can you
Yeah, I mean,
call
you're
a
still.
person like that a good person?
Well, first of all, like there was far more to that story than just like, oh, Biden was like, oh yeah, we're trying to separate them. Like this was like a mutual agreement between her and him that they didn't really want to be associated with each other. And also, like that's also someone's personal relationship. So inherently, there's a lot we don't know about that relationship. So
How can you not want to
even
be
if it was,
associated with somebody if you have a kid with
excuse
them?
me, you down there, stop talking. Even if it's like somebody that Donald Trump Jr. was associated with, or like whoever, somebody close to Donald Trump, I wouldn't speculate about their relationship. Like for example, Donald Trump Jr. I guess has like a new girlfriend. It's not Kimberly Guilfoyle anymore. Couldn't care less. I couldn't care less what they do in their private time. So I don't understand why so many people like dig into Hunter Biden and try to get into his business. I just like it's so peculiar to me. It's the exact like bad faith, a partisan divide that I think we were speaking about earlier in America. It's just very strange.
You're the person that says he's a good person.
Yeah, I think fundamentally Hunter Biden's ability to rehabilitate himself and now like dedicate his life to helping others, I think is tremendous. I think that should be commended, not insulted. And again, like the point stands, there are millions of Americans out there who suffer from similar things to Hunter Biden. And I think that anybody in this space, regardless of political belief, would objectively agree that somebody who makes fun of somebody with addiction is a bad person. So I don't know why it's become like popular and kind of mainstream in the Republican Party to do the same to Hunter Biden just because his last name is Biden. It just makes no sense to me.
Well, again, and to be fair, he did have a position overseas on an energy board that we don't quite know or understand where his energy expertise came from. And, that definitely asks a couple of questions. Then we can go into the whole Solyndra issue. And, it's just.
He was also convicted on gun charges, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, he was convicted on lying on a.
Hey, I don't hold gun charges against anybody, to be fair.
Okay, well, he was convicted for lying on a gun form. So that's what it was. But no, I also like if you take a problem with someone like Hunter Biden, like sitting on a board of a oil company or energy company abroad, like that's perfectly fine. If you're in favor of laws saying like, yeah, we shouldn't have
But he
family
had no
members of a person in
expertise.
politics.
He had no expertise.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the problem.
that's what exactly I'm saying. If you're saying like, yeah, people shouldn't benefit from office, like family members of somebody, that's perfectly fine. If you want to pass a law that regulates that, fine. But then you'd also have to hold the same standard with someone like Trump's family, where Jared Kushner got $2 billion from the Saudis after he left office. Um, when many banks in the United States would not give Jared Kushner that very loan, he went to Saudi Arabia, where obviously he did work in the Middle East during the Trump administration and got that money. So you have to hold it to both sides. But I just don't hear that from the
But this is
Republicans
this
saying
is
like,
the
Right.
there's a
yeah,
big
Jared
Yeah.
Kushner
there's a
shouldn't do that.
massive difference between you serving on a board while your father is the vice president and then afterwards. There's a massive difference between.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, Jared Kushner getting $2 billion from the Saudis to me sounds way worse than Hunter Biden sitting on an energy board in Ukraine. And again, if you take problem with both of these things, that's perfectly fine.
But to be fair, the Saudis do fund a lot of American enterprises like the UFC and professional boxing and all of that, So it's a little bit different when we're talking about, just giving money
Is
versus
Laura
serving on
Loomer
a
speaking, by the way?
state-run.
Well, I mean, wait, that can't be the argument in favor of it. Just like the Saudis invest in the United States, because there are plenty of countries that invest in the United States that I think you'd be uncomfortable with someone who's close to a president or a politician taking money from. Like there are a bunch of Chinese billionaires and CEOs and company holder or shareholders in China that invest here in the United States. Would you be comfortable with them giving anybody connected to a politician a bunch of money? Probably not. So I think the standard should just be
So
that people close to politicians shouldn't be taking money from foreign companies or sitting on boards in foreign countries and things like that.
hold on. So
That's true. I can
Laura
get that.
Loomer speaking, or is she just on mute?
I'm on
She's
mute.
on mute.
I was
Yeah.
waiting.
Okay, we can. Yeah, I kept hearing like noises. Sounded
Well,
a
it's
bit
not
like
me.
the.
My phone's clearly on mute. I mean, it says mute.
Oh yeah, never mind. Well, you can speak if you want.
No, I was getting tons of messages with people saying that they were attacking me in the space, so I came over to listen. So I don't really understand what I'm getting attacked for, but okay.
Oh, it was me. I was calling you a loser.
Who's that?
That's what. That's me, Harry. I'm up here.
Oh,
I was calling
well,
you a loser. I was saying like you like.
you're the one that shielded for a dementia patient the entire election season, so you're not one to
Well,
attack.
Laura,
Oh my
it's
god.
like I'd
You'd
rather
rather
back Joe
what? Support a
Biden, who
dementia patient that and put our
no,
national security
I'd
at
rather you
risk?
be quiet so I can finish a sentence. That'd be super nice.
I know, but I'm talking right
No, I'd
now.
rather.
You've been talking the entire time.
So do you want me to respond to that or
You
no?
want innocent people to be killed by illegal aliens in the invasion in our country because you
Oh,
want a dementia patient in
spare
control of our
me,
country?
spare me. Donald Trump increased drone strikes in the Middle East 450%,
What does
which
that
led
have
to
to do with the
innocent.
fact that
Oh,
illegal aliens are murdering
listen.
people?
You're talking about innocent people dying. Innocent civilian
I'm
deaths in
talking, yeah,
Afghanistan went
American
up
citizens. We're not
330%.
living in Afghanistan.
Okay,
We're
okay,
living in the United States of
Laura,
America.
Laura, do you know who Molly Tibbetts is?
Yeah. So I'm
Who's Molly
asking you a
Tibbetts?
question. I'm asking you a
Wait,
question.
Laura. Who's Molly Tibbetts? Who's Molly Tibbetts?
I'm not talking about that. I'm asking you a question.
Oh, yeah. Well, Laura doesn't know who Molly Tibbetts is.
That's not
Molly
true.
Tibbetts is
I'm
a
not. You're deflecting from the conversation because you
No,
don't want
absolutely
to.
not, Laura. If you
You,
know who Molly Tibbetts
you
is,
don't.
which you obviously don't, you would know that
You
this is on
don't. You
topic.
don't want to. You do not want to
My
address the
God.
fact that
I
you
know who Molly
supported a
Tibbetts is.
dementia
She
patient.
was murdered by an
Wait,
illegal immigrant.
You do
wait,
not.
Laura. You said you
She's
were talking and you wouldn't let me
she's
you wouldn't let me respond. So now
she's
you
All
want
right,
to
all
a
right, all
respond
right, all
like
right, all
five
right.
different
victim
things
Everybody,
at
of
once.
everybody,
illegal
calm down, calm down.
immigration.
All
She's
right.
a victim
One
of
at a time.
illegal
One at a time.
immigration. But why are you supporting a guy that?
God, I hate this mute button. It doesn't work properly. All right. Fuck this thing. Okay, everybody, calm down. Okay, first Loomer, then Harry. I think she wants to finish the immigration topic as we kind of started with that. Then we had Ian probably wants to deliver some important context first, so he's the human
Yeah.
version of community notes. So first Ian, then Laura, then Harry.
Me? No,
I
I was
Yeah,
just
you
gonna
wanted
say
to
I
explain
know
who
I
who
Molly
of
Molly
course
Tibbetts
Tibbetts is.
know who Molly Tibbetts is.
Yeah.
But
Context. So Molly Tibbetts was
she's.
a young woman. She was
I was
murdered by an
answering the
illegal alien.
question. Am I talking or what? I just don't
Yes,
understand.
you
Like,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, you
So,
can
yeah.
go ahead now because they just needed the context of who Molly Tibbetts is. She was a
Right,
young
and I
woman
was
who was
getting to
murdered by an
it, but
illegal
I
alien.
was getting to the conversation. So he's trying to select a woman who was killed by an illegal alien in 2018 to try to say that, oh well, people were killed
Who
by
was
illegal
president?
aliens under President Trump. But
Right.
you're ignoring the fact that the amount of illegal aliens who have poured into our country is now substantially higher under the Biden administration than it was during the Trump administration. Nobody's denying that there weren't any illegals in our country during the Trump administration, but the amount that came in obviously was severely restricted during the Trump administration because, unlike the Democrats, President Trump and the Republican Party actually care about border security.
Okay, so I'm just going to speak a little bit at length here because a lot of what you just said is just wrong. So
How is it
um,
wrong?
I'm going to explain if you would just be quiet. That'd be super nice. Appreciate it. So first of all, you made a claim about like Biden being a dementia patient. You know absolutely nothing about Joe Biden. Like I've met the man.
What
I've
are you
interviewed the
talking
man.
about?
He didn't.
Everybody knows
Wait,
he has.
Laura, I just let you speak. I just let you speak. Just be quiet, right? So I've met the man.
No,
I've
just be
interviewed Joe
quiet,
Biden.
right? You're so obnoxious.
So I'm sorry. You're the one interrupting me right now. I'm the one who actually like let you speak. I listen to Adrian, whose spaces is.
Because
I'm
you're
respecting.
lying. Go ahead and
I,
talk, but you're lying. Everybody knows
I've said
I
Okay,
know.
yeah,
I've
you
so
can. Okay,
far.
okay, hold on. How about this? How about this? We're gonna let him finish with his position on Biden, and then you can come back with a comeback.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Adrian. Thank you. So first of all, I've met President Biden. I've interviewed him. I think he's perfectly mentally sound. There's also a neurology report that he had done this year in 2024 on whitehouse.gov that I'm sure that you haven't read. I'm sure you haven't read. And if you did, you'd see it was an entire team of neurologists from Walter Reed who evaluated President Biden. I know you haven't read it. It's okay. You should go to whitehouse.gov. Now, on the topic of immigration, this is like probably the topic in America with the most misinformation surrounding it coming from the right. You're saying that the spike in undocumented migrants has been because of Joe Biden. First of all, completely false. The majority of people who have come in recent years has actually been legal immigrants. They're coming in via asylum. That system is being abused. People are saying, "Hey, I'm being persecuted on a protected trait in my home nation. I need asylum." They're being let in on a temporary stay, and the backlog in the immigration courts is so large that right now it's 4 to 7 years. So obviously there's a problem here. Obviously the system is being abused. Donald Trump's solution of mass deportations and building a wall solves nothing. It does not change the asylum system. So your whole rant about undocumented migrants is not founded on any fact. You're not even getting to the root of the issue. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris put forward a bipartisan border bill written by Senator James Langford, who was endorsed by Donald Trump in 2022, which would have rewritten the asylum laws to raise the burden of proof. So it would be harder for people to abuse the system. It also invested in immigration courts so that backlog, that's 4 to 7 years, would be reduced to under 6 months. A huge, huge improvement. It also hired thousands of new Border Patrol agents specifically to deal with asylum and fentanyl crossing the border and more. You know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump, the guy you worship, Laura, called up members of Congress and told them to vote against it. This is the word of Senator James Langford. It's the word of Mike Johnson. It's the word of a number of different Republicans who have come forward about this. Donald Trump couldn't care less about the actual problem at the border. He cares about optics. That's why he brings up people like Laken Riley when Molly Tibbetts existed under his administration. He doesn't care about these people. He uses them as political pawns. So yeah.
That's not true. He absolutely cares about them and he calls the family members personally. I've been with President Trump on his plane, traveled with him personally, and watched him call family members who have been victims of migrant crime and illegal aliens. So you're a
So
liar.
why did he kill the bill? Why did he kill the bill, Laura?
Why did he kill the bill?
Yeah,
Because
why
it
did he kill the
provided
bill?
mass amnesty. That's why. Because it
In
provided
what part
mass
of the bill?
amnesty, and it
What
also
wait,
had
wait, wait. What part of
it
the bill
also
provided mass amnesty?
the immigration bill also provided funding for other nations as opposed to more
Wrong.
funding for our own country and our own
Oh
border
my God.
security. It's true. That's the
Wrong.
reason why
This
he
is
killed the bill.
this
It's
is
not wrong.
see this is so painful to listen to because it's so misinformed. It's just like
It's not
why
misinformed. It's the
can't
truth.
Laura, if you just read like a little bit more, you'd understand that that's not
It's the
true. So
truth. It is the truth.
originally,
It is the
okay, all
truth.
right, I hear you.
The
I hear you.
border has
Originally,
exploded under Joe Biden.
okay, thank you for reiterating. So originally, the immigration bill was combined with funding for Israel, Ukraine, Taiwan, and more. But then the bill split up. They voted on the Ukraine funding, the Israel funding, and Taiwan funding. It passed overwhelmingly. Republicans voted overwhelmingly for that bill. Then what was left was the immigration portion of the bill. That bill is still sitting in Congress because Republicans won't even allow it to go up for debate. Not even like passing the bill. They won't even debate the bill in Congress. So I don't know what you're talking about, that it's a foreign policy bill. Just go read it. And a mass amnesty bill, please point me to what part in that bill allowed for mass amnesty. What part?
It was a mass amnesty bill, and
What
do you think
part?
we need to have single issue bills in this country?
Laura, what part of the bill?
Why are we combining an immigration bill with funding for other nations? Why are we
Laura,
giving
what bill? What part of the bill?
why are we providing funding for
Oh
other
my
nations
God.
when we need to address our own border? It's
Laura,
time to
what
put
part of the
America
bill?
first.
What part of the bill was mass amnesty? What part?
The bill called for mass amnesty. It would have
What
given
part of the
mass amnesty
bill?
to illegal aliens. I'd have to pull
What
it up right now and read through the bill, but this is one of the
well,
reasons why
you
President
shouldn't
Trump told people not to support the bill, because it was a
you
mass
shouldn't be
amnesty bill
making the
for
claim if
funding.
you can't back it up. The
This
bill
is
was
the
not a
reason.
mass amnesty
This
bill.
is the
Matter
reason
of fact,
why
wait,
people in the
Laura.
Republican Party did not support the bill.
Laura, what was the cap on encounters under Donald Trump per day?
This is the reason why the bill
Do you
was
not
not
know?
supported. This is the
Laura,
reason why
what?
the bill was not
Laura,
supported.
what was the cap
You're being
of
dishonest,
encounters?
Harry. You're being dishonest, Harry. You're
Oh
being
my God,
dishonest,
Laura, I'm
Harry.
asking you a question. This
I'm
is not
asking you a
dishonest.
question. Why are you
Wait,
lying about
okay,
the
wait.
bill
Can
not
we, can I,
support? Why are you
can I like,
lying, Harry, about the bill not being a mass amnesty
wait,
bill?
Laura,
It was
I've
a
given you the
mass
opportunity.
amnesty bill. I have
Okay,
given you the
Laura, you
opportunity.
keep
You
saying the
keep
same thing
lying,
over and over
Harry.
again. Laura, I
Harry, you have
asked you
been
what part of the
community
bill.
noted
Oh my
over and
God.
over again as a paid
Oh,
operative for the
please don't bring
DNC.
up community notes, Laura. Please don't bring up community
No,
notes. Second
I'm
of
being
all,
honest. You are a paid
Laura, I've
operative by
asked
the
you.
Hey, let her
DNC.
finish. Let her
I'm
finish. Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her
I've
sorry.
finish.
been
You're right. I
saying
apologize.
you have been community noted in the past, Harry, for being a paid operative of the DNC. You are not being truthful. The bill was killed, and the reason why President Trump didn't want people supporting the bill is because it provided mass amnesty. It was called a mass amnesty bill. This is why James Lankford is one of the senators who is now up to be primaried, because they call him Amnesty Lankford. That is literally the nickname that this guy has been given, because the bill
Okay.
pushed for mass amnesty.
So,
We can let other people speak on this too, who are
no.
Republicans who are in this
I'm
chat. No, but it's you're
let's
trying to
keep it one on
gaslight
one.
people.
Oh my
You're
God,
trying to
Laura, can you
gaslight
be
people.
quiet, please? You just keep
You're
ranting,
trying to gaslight
please.
people into thinking that this wasn't an amnesty bill, and it
Okay.
was. It was an
Laura,
amnesty bill.
so two things. First of all, I wish the DNC paid me. I'm 22. I'm in college. I got to pay for tuition. I
They
wish the
have
DNC
paid
paid me.
you. You're
I know that
community
would be
noted in the
so
past.
nice.
You've
That'd
been
be so.
community
Wait,
noted in the
Laura,
past for
please,
being paid by the
Laura,
DNC.
do you agree with every single community note ever? Has every community note been
There's
accurate?
FEC records that show that you're paid by
Go find
Democrat
me,
PAC.
go find me an FEC record that shows that I've been paid directly by the DNC. Now,
All right.
second of all, I've given you the opportunity to tell me what part of the bill included mass amnesty, and you keep saying it's dishonest to ask you that question,
Here's
but
the
you can't provide a
FEC
simple
record right
answer.
here. It says on February 6, 2023, you were paid $1,000 by Democracy Defense Action, Harry Sisson. Okay, then
Correct.
another
Yeah,
one,
I did. Yeah, Laura, I
Democracy
did social media
Democracy
consulting
Defense
for them.
Action, and then another one you were paid by Midas Touch, which is a
Yep.
Democrat media platform that works with the DNC.
Yeah.
I have it
They do
saved on
not
my
work with the
phone.
DNC.
Yes,
So
they do.
Laura,
Yes, they do.
I did.
You asked me to show the FEC record, and I just rolled it up, and
Yeah,
you said, "Oh, I did
Laura.
social media
Wait, so
Laura,
how
I
did they
consulting."
work
asked you.
from? Do they
It
get the
doesn't
funding
matter
from
if
the
it's social
DNC? So
media.
hang on a second.
Wait,
Hang on a second. How does it work from? Do they just get the funding from the DNC? Like, how does it
no,
work?
they don't. That's the funny, Adrian. They don't get
Then
funding from the DNC. That's the
explain that
thing.
you were literally community
So, okay,
noted, and it became
wait.
a viral post.
Laura, you keep talking.
I think even Elon Musk, if I recall correctly, like either commented or retweeted it, and it was like even posted by Defiant L's when you were
Oh,
saying
I
that you
Okay,
couldn't
weren't
care less,
paid
okay,
and
Laura.
hold
people
on,
posted your tweet.
hold on. Everyone, hold on. So I just looked into it, and it says Harry Sisson is managed by Palate Management, a firm that has received $210,000 from the DNC.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
Damn, Harry, you pay?
Damn,
okay,
Jordan.
can I talk real quick? All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah, go.
basically, so first of all, I find it funny how we were talking about mass amnesty and Laura has to move it to a completely different topic because she doesn't know what she's talking about. Now, second of all, I'm happy to explain this, and I've
Let's
explained
talk
this like
about the
a
work
million
permit.
times.
Let's talk about the work
Yeah, I'm happy to
permit.
explain. Wait, hold on, just one second. I'm happy to respond to that as well. No, yeah. So the people you cited, Democracy Defense Action and Midas Touch, are liberal groups. They're not associated with the DNC. So I did social media consulting for them because I do social media. It would make zero sense for these groups to hire somebody who doesn't do social media to consult on social media. I don't. And by the way, if you go to the FEC records, it literally says social media consulting. And as everybody here knows, I hope it has to be reported accurately, or it's a crime, right? So unless you think there's a huge conspiracy being underway here, then I think we can agree that it was just that. Now with the Pallet, yeah, I am managed by Pallet. The money that was taken in by the DNC was before I was signed to them. I wasn't even part of Pallet at that time. And also, it wasn't Pallet Management. Pallet Management is an entirely different entity than the people on the FEC filing. That was Pallet Media. So people just have to be like very specific when they're talking about this because it gets misconstrued all the time. Now, Laura, please, what part of the bill was mass amnesty? Don't try to dodge. Don't try to go to another topic. What part was mass amnesty?
You just completely lied to everybody on this.
Okay, Laura, then have them go look at the FEC filings themselves. I'm
I just
perfectly
showed
happy
you
for
the
people to do
FEC
that.
filings, and you came up with an excuse. The organization that you're managed by received. He just said Auda said it over $200,000.
Yeah,
So
and
he's
Laura, and if
dishonest.
you would have just
I'm not
listened to
going
me, I
to.
just said
I don't need to listen to
that
a
I
liar.
wasn't
I don't
managed.
need to listen to a
Laura, you
Democrat
can't because you can't
propagandist.
engage in a debate. You can't engage in a
That's not
debate. And as I
true.
just
You are a
you
paid
cannot do it, Laura.
propagandist. You are
Laura,
a
it's fine.
propagandist,
Laura,
and you
if you
lied
can't,
about it.
Laura, if you can't engage in debate,
I
it's
think
fine.
it's
Just
really
say that.
important for people to understand that there are
Okay,
people
wait, Laura,
funding from the Democrat
Laura,
Party
if
to push
it,
open borders, and it's destroying our country.
Laura,
And you
if
just
your
lied to
view,
everyone on this
Laura,
stage.
if your view is that I'm a paid propagandist, then I should be easy to debunk, right? I should not know what I'm talking about. So please,
But
what
that's the
part of
thing,
the bill
though.
was mass
It
amnesty?
is beneath me. It is beneath me to debate with somebody who just
It's
lied to
beneath you.
everybody on this stage.
See,
No,
wait.
it is beneath me because look at what you just did. You just lied
See,
and said that you were
Adrian,
not
this is
paid.
what I was talking
Hang on a
about,
second.
man.
Hang on a second. Was Pallet paid the money in order to bring you on, or how is that?
Mm-mm. No, I was not. I was not with Pallet. First of all, again, it was to Pallet Media. Pallet Media is an entirely separate entity than Pallet Management. I'm managed by Pallet Management. I don't know why people conflate these two things. I guess just because they both have Pallet in the name. But Pallet Management is the management company I'm with. Also, even the payment to Pallet Media was before my time at Pallet Management. So I don't know why people I don't know why people suddenly think that I got paid like money that they took in, this entirely different entity took in 2 months before I was even there. But whatever, it's people come up with theories all the time.
Essentially,
But again,
what Harry's saying, right? What Harry's saying is that he's not a paid shill. He's just a Democrat. He just happens to agree to
Well,
vote
I mean,
yeah. Well,
He's not being
exactly.
paid.
no, wait,
But he's not being paid to
wait,
say it.
But wait, can we just like?
And it says Pallet Management. They are part of the same company, with Pallet Management being the operational arm that handles the talent management aspect, while Pallet Media refers to the broader entity or brand encompassing marketing or management services for digital creators and influencers.
Yeah, so again, they're like two totally different entities. And again, the Pallet Media took in the money before I there. So unless the theory is that they just held on to the money for me, I think that's again, if you I'm
That's
not wearing
true.
like
I'm gonna
Gucci
read
and
the
Louis
Daily
Vuitton. I'm not
Telegraph
dripped the fuck out. I fucking
Here.
tuition is if
Here's
the
an
DNC
article. Here's an article
If the
from the
DNC
Daily
wants to pay
Caller.
me,
I'm
I'll
gonna read
accept
this
as well.
article.
That's what I'm saying,
It
Malcolm. If the DNC wants to send me a check, I'm telling you.